Good morning, this is Leslie from Utopia 56. I'm calling because we're on Escardine's beach and we can see a small boat offshore at the end of the jetty of Graveline's port.
Leslie is contacting the Coast Guard on the Opal coast in northern France. She spotted a small boat heading for the UK and is giving the Coast Guard information in case the migrants on board need help.
Okay, so today we are going to France because apparently the UK is paying France lots of money to stop immigrants from moving to UK. But it seems France is not doing anything really. I don't know what they arm the police there with. Are they armed with croissants or what? What? The French are known to surrender for a lot of things. But we are going to look at two videos now. This is a report on how the immigration is coming from France to the UK. And we're going to see why. Why is it happening that everybody is desperate to go to the UK? Because many countries now in Europe, like Germany, they are no longer granting asylum. So UK is like the final resort. So many immigrants are on their way to the UK. UK paid France. France is doing nothing. They're just eating croissants and like it's a mess. Let's just go to the video and enough talking.
Tu vois s'il y a des jets de sauvetage dessus?
Leslie, Valentine and Arthur are members of the charity Utopia 56.
Ils ont l'air pas mal nombreux quand même, selon l'impression.
Since 3 in the morning, they've been driving up and down the Opal coast, looking out for migrants whose crossings have failed. Their van is packed with dry clothes, water and food.
Alors, ça c'est la première chose qu'on ouvre.
This is the first thing we open when we meet a group whose crossing has failed. There's hot tea, water bottles. There are also survival blankets and waterproof socks for those whose shoes have got wet.
The UK is paying France over 500 million euros to prevent migrants from crossing the channel, on the grounds the crossings threaten lives and undermine border security.
500 million euros that the UK is paying France to prevent this. But let's see the type of work that France is doing. So just so you know, okay, sorry, it's you see for yourself. Let's continue.
But once the small boats are at sea, the French are not authorized to intervene unless those on board need help. Sometimes, like here, the Coast Guard is able to accompany the small boat for a period of time in case it gets into trouble.
That little boat is not supposed to have more than 10 people on board, but there are 80 people on board. So it's very fragile, very precarious. It would only take one big wave made by another vessel, and everyone could fall in the water. We don't know if all the people have life jackets. It's dangerous to intervene, so they just accompany the small boat.
Because the gendarmes can only intervene on the beach, the people smugglers have adapted their techniques. They use taxi boats which cruise along the shore, picking up passengers who wade into the water, staying just out of reach of the gendarmes.
Hold on. So wait, so the UK is paying France. France has rules that they cannot intervene unless it happens like they reach the beach. So now, like, is this a joke or like it's something? Maybe I'm not understanding European laws. Maybe I'm not the sharpest tool in the world. But how is it possible that France, who's getting paid to do their job, they are not doing their job unless somebody comes to the beach? So the migrants are walking into the water to avoid the French intervention. Like, yeah, man, it's okay. Maybe I'm not understanding this. Let me know if you understand what is happening here and why French are not doing anything. Look, I am for immigration. I understand immigration is a delicate topic. Europe has a lot of immigrants and there's a lot of anti-immigrant sentiment. But I myself, I'm an immigrant to America though. But I I look at these things sometimes and I wonder European laws. I do completely. I do wonder what's happening. Like in this case, why would UK pay them if they're not gonna do their job? But we will watch another video and you will see why they say they're not doing this job. Let's continue. Enough of my rambling. Let's continue.
There are 6 people from the gendarmerie over there. They can see what's happening and they're in contact with the Coast Guard, but they can't do anything. It's like this over a 150-kilometre stretch of coastline here in the north of France.
But footage has been filmed recently near Calais, showing French police wading into the sea as migrants try to board a small boat. The UK government and the French Interior Ministry want to change the regulations so that boats can be intercepted up to 300 meters into the water.
Okay, so just so you know how bad it is, there are some migrants hiding inside France. Let me give it a background. So this is the beach in France, okay? They want to go into the sea to get on a boat that's gonna take them to the UK. Comprende? Okay, so now they want to go get on a boat, but the boat does not reach the beach, because once they reach the beach, that is when the French are gonna descend on them like, stormtroopers, and may the force be with you. But now the migrants hide like in the bushes, they're already in France. They're hiding in the bushes. When they see the boat coming in, they run real quick. They walk on water like Jesus. No, I'm just joking. They just cross into the water because the boats don't reach the beach. They cross into the water, get on the boat, straight into the UK. That's that. But then the French, the police are like, okay, let's go, with their knives, and then they cut the dinghy, like the boat. Sometimes they don't. But the migrants are already waiting. Like the Coast Guard is at the beach. The French police are at the beach. The migrants are also at the beach. They are all looking at the boat. The boat comes close to the beach, and then now it's both of them running now towards the boat. The French police are trying to prevent the migrants from getting on the boat, but of course they cannot prevent because there are like only 4 French police eating some French baguette. Like this is a joke, man. Let's continue.
Later that morning, a few hundred meters from the beach, French gendarmes find this group of migrants hiding in a wooded area. They wanted to be close to the sea so they could board a small boat quickly and avoid getting caught.
We want to continue living freely. They shouldn't stop us. Instead, they should make it easier for us to get to the UK.
Want to live free. Free like a bird, free like that. That's the plan. They are already in France, okay? It's not like they're coming into France. They're already in France, in the beach in France. They're waiting for their ride, like waiting for an Uber ride to go to the UK. The French police are also there in the beach next to them, waiting for the for the Uber ride. But then the French police cannot stop them, despite the UK paying them £500 million. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. Man, like Europe is interesting sometimes. Like Europe is interesting. That's why I love Europe. It's I guess easygoing society. It's not like over here with Alligator Alcatraz, where you have you have MAGA running wild, like it's a zombie apocalypse. Like it's different. It's different in the UK. But let's continue.
The migrants ask us not to film their faces up close. Some tell us they don't want their families to see the conditions they're living in. This woman says she's from Kuwait, but is stateless. She belongs to the Bidoon minority, who are classed as illegal residents in Kuwait.
I'm here for peace and freedom and an official identity document. I was told there's a country called the UK and that it's a country of freedom, peace and human rights. So that's where I'm going.
They had been planning to make the crossing to the UK soon, but they were ordered to pack up and leave. The gendarmerie escort them to make sure they don't set up camp again nearby. So where are you going now?
We don't know. I don't. We follow the group.
And where are you from?
Afghanistan.
Why did you leave?
Our country. Yeah, Taliban come. Taliban close the schools, universities.
All is closed.
We cannot work, yeah?
You know, today, Afghanistan women, girl not free.
They cannot go to school, they cannot go to work. Universities also. All of them closed.
A week ago, they were about to board a small boat when they were stopped by French police.
They come boat and then police come with knife, finish
They
them.
cut the boat.
Yeah, that's not good.
But the crackdown only seems to make the migrants more determined, and the smugglers have learnt to adapt so as to continue their trade.
Okay, so so you've understood it. Like, I normally take immigration stories very seriously, but for me this is it's kind of funny, to be honest, because these are migrants. They're already living in France. Okay, they're already living in France, but they want to cross to go to the UK because I believe maybe France they cannot get asylum. So they wait in the beach. They set up camps waiting in the beach so that they can cross and then go to board another boat that's going to take them to the UK. The police are armed with nothing. They just come and with a knife and then they pop it like a balloon, the boat. Man, the UK, man, this is something. Let's continue with this video, and as we watch this new video, please consider liking and subscribing.
For most of those running towards the boat that's just appeared, it's not the first time. Dawn brings with it the promise of a different life, but also panic and despair. There are nearly 100 people, perhaps even more, that have managed to climb onto the boat now, including several children. We've still got one woman who's the last person, I think, to wander over to what is now a very, very full boat. Fortunes are traded along this stretch of coast, and here in between Calais and Dunkirk, there's something to be taken from the desperate, even by the local man who rifles through their pockets after they're gone, just as the police arrive.
French police on their way now after the boat has left. They're like, oh crap, I was supposed to do my policing. And then they go to the beach. Meanwhile, there's a guy behind her stealing from the migrants who just left, and they're like, oh, let me go wave the boat goodbye. Let me go wave the boat goodbye. Safe journey to the UK. Now I was in the UK like a year ago. I was in what's the place called? Stratford. Yeah, I was in Stratford. I remember I was we were in the bus, taking the bus, and I could see like this stadium. I think it's for a football club, West Ham, I believe, West Ham. So I was staying in Stratford, majority immigrant community, lots of Somalis, lots of Arabs in the area. But it was the place that I could afford because I am a poor person. I'm cheap and I'm poor. So the hotels there, they were the cheapest that I could afford in London. What's my point of telling you all this? My point is London specifically is super expensive, and most of these migrants do not understand how expensive cost of living is going to be once they arrive to the UK. They are just, going by what they are told. But it is super expensive and they're in for a rude shock once they get there. I mean, if I was them, I would have just tried to stay in France. It seems very chill there. But let's continue with this and see if the person behind stealing is going to get any valuables or if the police is going to stop him. And as we watch, like, subscribe.
Those who didn't make it headed back to their camp in a woods nearby.
Did you try to get on the boat?
We reached to the water, but the boats won't let me. We had too many people.
Everyone we spoke to who's trying to cross did so on condition of anonymity, including Omar, who spent 8 months getting here from Somalia and also failed to get on that boat. This was his 6th attempt.
We missed that chance, so we have to come back and start a new day again and start thinking like how you figure it out again, because we just follow, we are not the one who just make everything. We just follow because we need to get there, we just follow what it comes, and we don't know which time it comes. So we have to stay and wait and be patient.
And where do you want to go to England?
Yeah, that's my destination, that's where I'm just thinking to be,
Omar's been looking out for 16-year-old Saif, whose name we can't share because of his age, and who's travelling with his mum.
Yes, one time we entered in the water, like the people, Sudani, maybe, I don't know, Somali, they just chase us. You're black, you're black, you just go.
Hold on. Like, so even in the boat, there is racism going on between Somalis and Sudanese and other immigrants. Like, if you are black, what's going on here? Like, what's going on? They're setting up tents inside France at the beach, waiting for the smugglers to come to the beach. The smugglers come, they run to the boat, and then some get on, others don't get on. Whatever is left is stolen by some people in the like, wow. France, you're doing a great job, France. You are doing a great job.
Maybe tomorrow, today, we can go to UK. Don't want to stay here anymore.
Both waited another morning in the dunes for this boat, but it never arrived, its engine failing before it got to the sea. Once you're in the water, police can't intervene, so these suburban canals have become popular launching spots out of the grasp of officers who slash the dinghies on land. But soon this could change.
Okay, you're here? For those. Oh yeah, you can take for the people with you, of course. No worries.
Felicie works for a charity planning to mount a legal challenge against potential new guidelines that could allow police to intervene up to 300 meters out from the shoreline.
If the police is able to intervene so far in the water, the people maybe will have more chance to drown.
And while police unions are often at odds with organisations like hers, they're worried about these guidelines too.
If we go in the water, there's a risk of making people fall off the boats. Police might fall in with all their kit on. They're not trained lifeguards.
ne vont pas s'entraîner tous les jours dans la piscine.
The UK taxpayer is giving the French police a serious amount of money, but it doesn't really seem to be having any effect. Why isn't it working?
Why? Parce que,
It's not about the money. The migrants come from Afghanistan, the Middle East, Africa, from really far away, and they're within touching distance of the UK. And we put just 4 cops in front of a boat of 50 migrants.
on leur demande tellement qu'ils sont...
We're asking too much from them. They're depressed. I've got colleagues that have felt suicidal. They have so much work here.
So, according to Liam Neeson here, they are giving only 4 police the responsibility of stopping the boats and the migrants. Don't they own boats in France? Like, are there no coast guard? Or is how many boats can 500 million pounds, or is it pounds or euros that they are being paid by to prevent this? And at this, man, I love Europe. I just want to say that I love Europe. Shout out to Ireland. I always love Ireland. It's one of my favorite places ever. But let's finish the video, and I know you've had enough of me. I've had enough of myself. So I am sorry for myself. Let's continue.
Sometimes we just can't make it happen.
Keir Starmer vowed to smash the gangs, but crossings have been driven up by their professionalisation, and they've spotted a lucrative new market. Gone are the promises of 2015, when Merkel welcomed over 1 million refugees, and for those whose applications have failed in the EU, the UK offers a last chance to claim asylum. Like many of the children attending Project Play's charitable daycare centre, a 9-year-old who was born in Eritrea and who we're calling Sally speaks fluent German.
How old were you when you left your country?
1 year old.
1 year old, okay, so you can't remember?
No.
No. Okay.
She and her mother, whose asylum claims were rejected in Germany after 6 years living there, are trying to get to the UK by small boat to join family in Manchester.
There was a place in the middle, but the people are so mean and they don't let us there. Some of them went swimming, but they didn't get it there. But good that they had a life jacket.
Yeah.
Spray. They did to the bad people, like spray in the eyes. Yeah. Because they didn't listen.
Stop filming, this officer says, as we watch them evicting a camp, something police now do every other day. Less than an hour after police have gone, more tents arrive, and we meet Abdullah from Gaza on his first morning in Calais.
Less than an hour, that's all it took. Less than an hour, police came and like, stop filming, and then they sent them away, and then they come back with oh man, enough for my commentary. I'll just let the video play, and then in the end, like, subscribe.
This is my children. I miss him so much, wallah.
When was the last time you saw them?
2.5 years.
He travelled to Europe alone, where he hoped his family could join him safely once he got a passport. He was granted asylum in Greece and told they could follow too, but then the war started. After struggling to find formal work or affordable housing in Greece, he's set on travelling to the UK, which he believes will do more to help his family escape.
In England, the government says that soon it might decide to send people who arrive by boat back to France.
What are you doing here? In Greece, what are you doing? Not Greece, not France, not... Will back to Gaza. Okay, I accept. Died, go to London, go to Gaza.
Okay, so as you can see that it's a desperate situation for most people. They move to Europe, they cannot find employment, they cannot find anything, so they're trying to move to the last resort, UK, hoping for the best. Like, there's nothing really I can say more. You've seen the video, you've had my take, yeah. You can let me know in the comments what you think, and consider liking, subscribing, and of course share this on all the networks. I'll see you.
Oh my goodness, all the networks! Wow! All the networks!